All right, here we go. Working arrangements in 2019 in the office.
Good evening, Australia. Tonight, I want to talk to you about the global coronavirus.
Working arrangements in 2020, working from home.
I haven't left my house in like 73 hours.
We can all see you!
So starting just quickly by breathing in.
It offers a job to anyone who wants.
Ah, there's your nanny.
That's not my nanny, that's my wife.
Working arrangements now, it's complicated. Working from home, from the office, working in the office but being on calls all day with people who are working from home, working remotely but pretending to be in the office, like this guy. But what's the ideal working arrangement? How much should we be face-to-face? Or does being face-to-face not actually matter?
To answer this question, there are a lot of factors to weigh up. So let's just focus on one factor that is especially important: trust and relationships. And we know this is important because if you look at the research across different studies, when you compare teams in the top quartile of trust with teams in the bottom quartile of trust, they have 106% more energy, are 76% more engaged at work, are 50% more productive. They enjoyed their jobs 60% more, were 66% closer to their colleagues, they experienced 40% less burnout from their work, and even earned an additional 17% more. In short, building trust and relationships is very important for the organisation, for the team, and the individual.
We can answer this at two levels: the chemical level and the behavioural level. At a chemical level, we're talking about oxytocin, but I want us to explore the specific behaviours that build trust and relationships. And some of these behaviours are pretty simple, but as you hear them, I want you to ask yourself, do these behaviours require people to be face-to-face, or are they just as easily done virtually on video, on the phone, via text or email? Number one, eye contact. Proper, simultaneous eye contact releases oxytocin. Doesn't really happen virtually. Number two, physical touch releases oxytocin, like a handshake or a pat on the back. Impossible virtually. Number three, quality conversations. Now, what are quality conversations? This is when we are 100% present. No distractions, no multitasking. We're situated so we can see all the nuances of body language, facial expressions, and hear responses in real time like, I see.
Yep. Yeah.
The conversation is high energy, it's overlapping, there's quick back and forward, short interjections, there's banter, laughter.
We are laughing.
And conversations that go beyond the professional to the personal, where we progressively share more and more of ourselves and the other person reciprocates, where we become vulnerable, confide in each other, where we take interpersonal risks. Those are the keys to high quality conversations, and I would say a lot of that is harder virtually. Then the last key to building trust in relationships, the number of conversations. This includes those incidental interactions and the gaps between formal meetings, water cooler conversations. The quantity of these interactions accumulates over time to build relationships and trust. This is certainly harder virtually.
It's hard to avoid the conclusion that building strong trust and building strong relationships is harder to do virtually. This is particularly pertinent to new team members. We see this difference all the time. We essentially do two things as a business. We deliver learning for leaders and we work with teams. In both instances, the buzz you can create when that leadership learning is face-to-face or when that team is face-to-face is much more powerful than what you can achieve virtually. And this learning includes informal learning too, when you're observing, shadowing, and interacting face to face.
For many organisations, having a flexible working arrangement makes sense. However, if we want the benefits of high levels of trust and relationships in our teams or our organisation, we really need to think about how we get people face to face regularly. And I'm really not sure a quarterly offsite is enough. So that's the final thought, and I don't really have a good segue to this last bit, so here's the green screen guy again.
Boy, Kenny, I can only imagine what the people inside this virtual call must be thinking. Whoa! Ouch!